So now that you've mastered that,
Your
okay.
goblin Duolingo doesn't work. I'm not learning shit.
So long, Duolingo sponsor. You are our last hope.
Hey, the owl will fuck you up.
He'll come at you with a gun and a knife. You didn't get your
Yep,
Literally.
gun easy.
they're stealth predators.
That's how it
So.
feels.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tuesday Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo, out of context.
Woo, yeah, and yeah, we'll hopefully have a Kelmac here before too long. But hey guys, yes, it is Tuesday Dungeons and Dragons here on the Black Tower Stories Twitch channel. We're here in Adventures of Athoria, even though we're not in Athoria at this particular moment. Where the Silver Knights of the Mythal are presently in the Fey realm of Winter, specifically in Frostfell at this moment. Getting the lay of the land and then seeing if they can figure out where they can find the head of Sarunas, the Horned Lord, in hopes of overthrowing, Fey plots throughout the cosmos and, um, finally fulfill some backstory shit. So yes, we are here. When last we met, you guys sought an audience with the Prince of Frost, heading first to the Everfrost Arena, and thinking that he was there. Perhaps that ended up not being the case, but you did speak to Sylvaris, the sort of MC bookie type guy that was there, who said, "Hey, look, realistically, the prince likes you guys. If you just drop by his house, he might give you an audience." You did so, only to find out that the prince was literally about to send out a messenger to summon you guys to his place. He congratulated you for being so loyal as to arrive before the invitation was even sent out, and you guys had a chat. Um, kind of double speak went on, and before you know it, the Prince of Frost gave you a quest that he said would be beneficial to you, to head to the abandoned workshop of an old frost giant clan that's been around since the early days of winter, in hopes that you could recover the frost giant Jarl's crown and bring it back to him. He stated somewhat implicitly that there was some other things of value that you guys might be able to find while there, that would be of benefit. And you guys pretty much left it at that, stopping off at one of the local shops in order to pick up some potions before heading back to the Snowbound Rest. According to my notes, we're just sitting pretty around lunch at this time. So the day is yours, I guess, to do with as you wish.
I believe we were going to head up to the library.
Right, guys, we're heading out to the library. That is good. That was not in my notes, so that's what these tests are for. The
Test.
I
crystal
would have
fire.
failed.
Back to Duolingo.
Ding ding.
Yep. Let's see here. Just make sure I got. Okay. So, yes, heading out of the Icicle Heights, you guys head to the western end of town, which is the Frigid Muse. A couple of your party members have actually been here before, capturing, dinner and a show, um, and taking in some of the local color. Um, as you head towards the massive, sort of carved tower of ice that dominates the central heart of this district, building you now know as the Crystal Spire, which houses a repository of some of the oldest books and written accounts in all of Winter. Um, you head there to check out their somewhat hidden collection, as the Prince of Frost had told you. As you arrive, the spire itself rises nearly 300 feet at best guess, and is this kind of elaborate tower that seems it's kind of wavy in sense, almost as if it was a giant pillar of ice, and then just kind of carved out to look as though it was hewn stone, even though the walls are completely iced. You do notice a number of guards on the front entrance. Rather than the sort of wolf Therian throats that you guys are used to seeing in the city, the two here is one massive Urson individual, as well as some kind of owlkin.
And it was just Caleb and I that went to this one, right?
Well, I don't know because I didn't write it in my notes.
Sure.
I figured we were separating because I remember talking to Caleb about utilizing his abilities to read and find details quickly. But I don't remember what Izal and Volred are doing.
Caleb's literate.
Depends on the language.
And legitimate.
I thought he was adopted.
Well, he is a bastard.
You can't be both.
I am legitimately adopted.
That bastard.
Yeah, to the extent that adoption in the medieval era was a thing.
You just kind of got a child. They're yours now.
Yep. But was it just Caleb and Yandere, or I mean, the rest of you guys splitting off and doing something else?
I have nothing else to do, so
You're gonna go hang out with books.
yeah, my college days are over. How about you, Florid?
Well, let me control Z on the notes that I just deleted about going here. So basically, it's in my notes now. So yes, I'm at the library. The Spire.
Okay. So, Izal, I guess that means you and Kelmac are gonna travel around, maybe go pick up some fights.
Sure.
Who knows?
Go watch some fights. Not enter any fights, though. That's dangerous.
Well, I mean, maybe you guys could do something.
Maybe a lesser fight.
Yeah,
With
he's
the
just
children.
hungover. Yeah, you got to get something to help him nurse his hangover because you guys got to fight a dragon and frost giants.
He didn't
and
drink
more
enough
frost
water
giants.
with it. That was the problem.
Then milk does not have as much hydration in it as people would think. So, okay. I don't know.
Time to Google.
Yeah, you can do that. But all right, so we have Calum, Yandere, Volred. Make your way into the Crystal Spire. As stated, the exterior of the building is ice all the way through, and the interior are these concentric rings of bookshelves along many 20-foot stories. The place is somewhat packed, and you can see it's like every other floor there's space set aside for reading, but the place is rather quiet, and there is like a large kind of ice crystal chandelier that shows some light in addition to the light that kind of makes its way permeating through the exterior structure. There are also little globule motes of lights, kind of like Kalen's dancing light spell, that are kind of slowly meandering all through the place. Despite the magnanimity of the setting and the amount of knowledge contained wherein, this place looks awfully empty.
I put my hand up to my face and say, hello? Hello? Well, it appears that no one is here.
does appear to be a relatively large location. We might just be in the wrong facilities to find someone.
Hmm. Well, sometimes it's nice for there to be no one here. Solitude can be nice when you're looking to find, what was it again that we're looking for?
Some information in regards to the Giant King's tomb. We were informed that there may be like a tomb or something that would have some general information about its location.
Oh, so what we saw.
Well, we didn't see the Giant King's tomb.
Isn't that what Caleb and I saw in the vision?
No, you saw the resting place of Ceranos,
Was that not a tomb?
but it wasn't the Giant King's tomb.
More of a shrine.
Hmm. I'm trying to think if I should care enough to retain this. I probably should. My apologies.
When in doubt, roll a die.
You know what? DM, roll me a bitch check.
Ooh, my bitch score is
Fail.
pretty high. Oh, really?
Well, I mean, your
Is that one
modifier
of
is
the
like a minus 20.
situations? I was just curious if that was like a situation where my rating is not as high as I thought it was.
I'm trying to determine if I care about this conversation.
I'm guessing no, because if you did, you would have wrote notes about it already.
Anyways, back to the people I was RPing with. Please continue, Yandre.
Well,
Making a note of unnecessary DM sentence.
You're the one who interrupted me.
well, I do think we should attempt to find someone to help us. I don't imagine that this place is completely abandoned, but should it actually be abandoned, we still need to find the tome.
Hmm. Caleb, can you use your friendly to scope out to see if there's a worker or other beings here?
I definitely can, or we can just.
Hmm. I can't argue with that.
Yandre just begins to walk.
Okay.
I will follow you on the.
Yep. As you kind of make your way into the stacks, the center section of the bottom floor does have kind of the most central concentric area has a circular desk with no one presently manning it, and then kind of off to the end you see you see sets of staircases that seem to both spiral downwards as well as spiral up, kind of in this concentric helix design up the tower. As you guys kind of come into the central area, a figure does pop up from behind the stacks, holding kind of a large collection of books in her hands. It appears to be this Eladrin woman with these kind of long, flowing white robes. Who kind of makes her way in, sets it down. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, we were informed that we should come here to locate some knowledge about a ancient tomb that we're being told to excavate.
I see. Well, I'm Ellis Snowbound. I am the master librarian here at the Spire. I have catalogued most of the books here. So, what manner of tomb is it you are searching for?
The Giant King Jarl's tomb.
I see. You're talking about the palace builders. We do have a collection of books in that way. However, I will require uh, permission from his lordship in order for you to have access to them, as they are restricted to the public.
Well, great. He's the one that sent us here. So, is there a missive or anything that you can send to gain your permission?
I show the little trinket that he gave us.
Oh, the little lapel pin type thing.
Do we have?
Yeah, she
Do we have those already? I thought we were waiting to get those.
Oh, he said he gave
Brought
it
him
to
in a
us.
box.
Oh, okay.
They had him in a box. In a box. Yes. So, you kind of display the pin. She kind of goes, "Oh, yes. Apologies, but Her Majesty's orders. Well, if you're looking for that kind of information, you should be able to find that in the Hall of Histories. The archivist that foresees that era is Yelena, and she maintains really all of the documentation regarding the realm's lore and its individuals. In order to reach, that will be near the top of the tower. Bit of a walk. Hopefully, you didn't just have leg day.
What's
I think
leg
we'll be
day?
fine. It's when people go and work out and they specifically focus on the lower extremities of their body.
People have to do that?
Most people do.
Oh, so they don't have world-class genes. Got it.
You said the top of
Broadcast genes are really like custom genes, so that way, as you get bigger, the genes just get bigger.
Genetics.
Fits the best BBL.
Thank you for your information. You said Archivist Yelena.
Yes, Yelena.
At the top of the spire.
Yes, very top level up there. 420.
Great.
420?
And we're and then so Yandre will put his hand behind like Volred's shoulder and just like kind of push him towards the stairway that leads up.
Okay. So you guys begin to ascend the staircases, essentially hiking up 20 floors. So that by the time you reach the top, you're kind of feeling it a little bit. Taking a brief respite in a place that one of the floors that looks specifically for concentration. Caleb, you can almost kind of feel like this bizarre kind of magical energy that seems to permeate the space. When asked, you are one of the individuals who seems to oversee that particular floor. Introduces you and says this is the Whispering Chamber. And tells you it emits kind of a magic that is kind of like white noise on the brain and helps improve your concentration and retention. So mostly used for studying. But you're muted. But as you guys continue upwards,
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You reach the top of the spire area before you reach a locked gate. Upon calling out a human mage, female, in these kind of long, kind of dark blue robes, kind of makes her way over to you, kind of adjusting spectacles a little bit. Apologies, this wing is off limits to the general public.
And then Yandre will just look over at Caleb and this point and gesture to the pin that was presented earlier.
Oh, apologies. She kind of reaches over into a bag, pulls out these kind of really large keys, fumbles with the lock, opens the door up a little bit, and goes, please, welcome to the Hall of Mysteries. I'm Yelena Frostcrypt. I'm the archivist here. in charge of this section.
Fantastic. Do you, perchance, happen to know where we can find additional knowledge on, I believe you said it was the throne builders or the palace builders? Giant King Jarl.
Oh, yes, the frost giant Jarl who helped build the palace at Ice Crown.
Yes, exactly.
Of course, we do have a couple books on that particular topic. Should I just collect everything we have, or is there something in particular you're looking for?
Specifically for the location of his once residence, now I'm assuming tomb, at least based off of the information that the prince has given us.
All right. Let's see here. Then yes, please go ahead and have a seat, and I'll get the books pulled and brought over to you.
Thank you.
Would you like some tea or some other refreshment?
Look over at Volred.
Do you have water?
Yes.
Caleb,
Good
is
to
there?
know.
I would love some.
I would also like some water.
Very well. I'll bring some. Okay, and then you guys can kind of go. This place looks more for storage than anything else, as the only real place to sit down and peruse materials is this large circular table in the center. It looks as though the Hall of Mysteries is about 2 floors, and then from what you can gather, there does appear to be a room or perhaps a loft or other part of a floor that sits just kind of above it. Um, Perhaps they keep particularly rare books there or what. Um, but it takes a little bit of time before Yelena comes back with a stack of about 10 books and some materials and just kind of sets them down. Finally goes, well, this is everything that we have that might have some information on what you're looking for. Let's see. This first one, and she pulls out this kind of leather-bound tome, which has these kind of frost, almost kind of like Celtic knot patterns on it, but they almost kind of start to look like the geometric fractal shapes of like snowflakes and such. Because this is a book that contains an awful lot of information about the earliest days of winter. So you might be able to find something there. She kind of sets this one aside. This one has to do more with the frostwood. Sets that kind of off to the side. Let's see. This one might be of use. This one actually details more of the winter court, specifically, as well as some information and knowledge about the palace itself. And then here is a collection of poems and songs from that period of time. Sets it off to the side. Goes, well, this one contains more information along the exterior. This one may be of particular benefit. This one actually is a census and contains informations about the strongholds of the frost giants. This one was actually written a little bit later, after most of the frost giant clans that you're referring to. The palace builders were gone, but it is meticulously researched and contains a fair bit of information that might be of use. We have some books on lore, and then this one, which contains a bit of information on the Archfey, more specifically on the Frostwood. But I bring this information because the Frostwood lays over in that direction, so maybe some information there.
I particularly. Sorry, Caleb, go ahead.
Said much appreciated. Definitely.
This will do nicely. Thank you for everything.
My pleasure. If I can assist you in any other way, please just let me know.
Yandere will nod at her, and then I'm assuming there's a place to sit down.
Yeah, like I said, there's a large circular table down on this kind of bottom floor that you guys can kind of sit at. And you see her as like you guys kind of start getting the books and going through them a little bit. She starts trying to stack up some of the other books and scrolls that were on there, kind of moves them to other tables to make space for you.
Wait, so we're back on the bottom floor now?
Now, you're on the bottom floor of the Hall of Mysteries.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
The moment she's out of earshot, I'm just gonna sort of mumble like, I don't understand all these foreign librarians. So unhelpful. Never shows you exactly what you need.
She gave us what we asked for.
Yeah, but she could have told us exactly what passage in which book. Isn't that her job?
No?
Your job is to lead us in the right direction.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
I apologize for bringing you here. Caleb, is there a particular book that you would like to start with?
Remind me of what books she brought up.
There's a smattering of a whole bunch of different books. From what you can actually see, there's probably two that are going to be the most useful to you. And that is Whispers of the Winter Court, Secrets of the Palace, which she stated contains kind of an in-depth. It's kind of like the guidebook to Ice Crown, Queen Mab's Palace, and contains pretty much most of the touristy type stuff that people would ever want to know about it. And then there was another book that's like a hefty tome that was called The Lost Stronghold, Echoes of the Frost Giants, which, from what you can tell, is a very rare and valuable one because it looks like it's been meticulously preserved despite how old it is. And seems to be an in-depth anthropological study of the history and culture of the frost giants of winter.
Let's start with the old one, the one that was preserved. Mostly because I would like to also know what's in that as well.
Okay.
I'll do the one that is like the history and lore, like because you said there was one that had like all the archfey and deities.
Yes, there is with the archfays and deities. Yeah, that would be because there's two that you could find kind of there. One is the Chronicle of Winter's Dawn, which basically is a book that contains information on the earliest days of the Court of Winter. That one seems to be more like the Winter Court origin story type book. And then there's another one called the Codex Glaciala, which contains just a general primer. It's like an encyclopedia, which just kind of goes over thinly as much detail about here as possible.
Oh, okay, I apologize. The one that I was looking at or wanting to do was the one that had, I guess, information on Queen Mab's palace.
Yes, Whispers of the Winter Court. That's the one that contains lots of information, heavily researched on the palace itself.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. Um, are there? So, if you want to, let's go ahead and do some investigation checks.
Do I get to?
If you want to read through books.
Or you can help me read through a book because I'm going to need as much help as possible if you have investigation as a proficiency.
I do.
Bull right over there, just looking at pictures.
Zenny, you
So
going
do
to
I
help
roll
me?
advantage then?
I can help you for sure if you want to read it.
Use investigation.
Yes.
You know what? I'll do it.
Thank you.
Does a natural 20 do anything?
Let's see. What was your total roll?
23.
That's pretty good.
Well,
Okay.
Do you want me to go ahead and roll or wait?
Yeah, you had that kind of grin on your face, and I'm like, oh my lord, is this one of those times where Dustin rolled shit?
No, I just have a plus 12.
Oh well,
your investigation's plus 12?
He's a wizard that specializes like in lore and creating things. He's got a high one.
9 plus 12, 21.
wow, Volred beat you.
It doesn't help if you roll like shit though.
I also didn't have advantage.
What was your roll?
21.
Well, my other roll was 19. You would have beat me there.
You averaged my roll.
Guess I'm just that good.
Yep.
It'll never happen again.
Okay. Let's see here. Investigation. Both of those were really, really good. Yeah. So, for your respective topics that you guys are researching, each of you can get the answer to 3 questions regarding your topics, assuming the answers are located in the books.
I am not deciding what those questions are.
All right, well, let's have a little chit chat about what we want to try to have out of this.
That's fine.
So if we do for some reason have to go into Queen Mab's like palace, we should probably have some kind of inkling or understanding of what kind like the layout is. So I don't know, DM. Qualifying question before we start getting into like the specific questions. If I say, is there a map of Queen Mab's palace? Does that come with the answer and the map if we see it?
I can go ahead and tell you that there is not a map, but it will list some prominent locations that would definitely be known to the public, as well as perhaps a couple that would not be generally known to the public. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not going to say, this is how you sneak into Queen Mab's palace.
Fair. So I think the location is a good question. And then since we are researching the like palace builders, if there's any like lore specific to like pocket dimensions or like hidden locations amongst the realm that would be utilized for like keeping special items and stuff, would probably be a good question to have as well. As for the other things, because that means we still have like 4 questions left, I would probably try to figure out more information regarding like the giant king's tomb. Like, was it safeguarded with stuff? Since they were the ones that built the palace, I would imagine there's probably traps and things. like creatures that are local to the area or have been seen and stuff, and those general kind of questions. Any input?
I wonder if there's any history of other people attacking.
Attacking?
Queen Mouth's palace. I want to see if there's any insights that we might glean from that previous ways they've gotten in. Something to look out for. What do you think about that?
Yeah. If anybody's been successful in attacking Queen Mab's palace, that might be interesting. So just to clarify, location, points of interest. So basically, like hidden reliquaries or like certain pocket dimensions or things like that that might assist with finding items or places that they may be put. And then if anybody successfully has infiltrated, or if there's any lore of like a group getting involved with Queen Mab's palace at all, then more information about the giants, their location, if they have like any booby traps or things or protections there, and then creatures in the area. We still have one general question left. Rap.
What?
Do you have any questions or anything that you would like to discover, or anything that would be beneficial?
Are you asking me, or are you asking my character?
Well, this is like our characters discussing while we're reading the book, like for
You call me
information.
Rab.
Yeah. So like, is there any like general idea that you want to figure out that your character would be looking for in these books?
Oh, okay. So we're out of character.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, that all sounds good. I mean, can we not? I mean, we can't get a
Sorry.
map, but can we not just ask very direct, like, where it would be?
I think that was the thing I was trying to get at the first question, and the DM mentioned that he'll point out like places of interest, but he's not going to give us like, oh, this is a map of the palace. So we're not going to get like specifics, but we'll get some general ideas that will help us with our navigation.
Damn.
Something else we
Well,
can think about
go ahead.
is we don't have to ask the question now. We can wait until we gain more knowledge of it, I think. And we might have a clarifying question to an answer that we get.
I suppose that would be okay if you want to say take notes on the information, and if later if you want to reserve a question or two, such that later if something comes up, you could be like, that jogs my memory. We could play that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Rap, funny.
It's less funny, more of a fact.
Okay, so DM, did you hear those questions that we were going to ask, or do I have to ask them again?
You need to ask them.
I'm asking a book.
Well, no, this is rather than me dump a synopsis of whatever thing, I'm just using it like the research section in Xanathar's, which is you can find the answers to like 3 pieces of lore that you want.
All right. So the first question is, where is the general locations of Queen Mab's palace or points of interest? Since we can't get a map, just like what you kind of briefly explained with that first question I asked.
Yes. Most of the information you get about Queen Mab's palace, or Ice Crown, is that it sits within a section of jagged rock on top of a glacier. That the land surrounding has a road that leads to the front gate, and that the land outside of that road is perilously thin and is known to drop deep into the bowels of the earth. So travel there is generally forbidden unless it's on the road. And that she has a number of spies, particularly of animals such as like crows or ravens, that watch everything for miles around it. And that the palace is largely empty, as she has very few retainers, and it really is only known to hold the rampart and the gardens that it contains. And then the palace itself is this kind of organic tower that holds a feast hall, kitchens, normal rooms and stuff for a castle. But beyond that is a workshop that belongs to Queen Mab, as well as a bath that no one really knows about, but it's rumored to hold special properties.
Did you say bath?
A bath. Yep. And then her private living quarters. It also states that somewhere underneath the palace is her vault, which is actually set up somewhat like a zoo or viewing gallery, such that there is like you start at one spot and then you just can kind of move on. And then there's just rows and rows of personal belongings, animals, all kinds of things, that just kind of winds throughout and then eventually meets back up at the beginning. There are some other kind of paths that come out for different like exhibitions, say, but the idea is her vault is actually more of a museum of her trophies that she can leisurely walk through and reminisce about old days. You do note that there are said to be very powerful magical enchantments that protect the belongings. And there have actually been instances that have been rumored where people have actually managed to break into the vault, and even one time where someone actually managed to steal something from the vault. But apparently that was a couple centuries back, and it is, and the Dark Hunt was summoned to deal with the intruders, and they were never heard from again. So they're believed to have been slain before they could leave Winter. But it also does say that there was the palace and the grounds underneath were created by frost giants a long time ago, and that unfortunately not the clan of frost giants met an unfortunate and completely unsuspicious end right as the last stones were being laid.
Don't you mean suspicious?
Well, the book says not at all suspicious, but I mean, to any person with an above average intelligence score, yeah, probably suspicious.
I think I'm the only. Yeah, when we have questions, but I think I'm the only person that's asking them, and I'm also think I'm the only person taking the notes on it. So give me a second.
Well, yeah. Yeah. While that's happening, Caleb, did you have any questions on the Frost Giants?
Sorry, I
You
lost
did.
audio for a second.
Don't we only have one more question remaining?
No, remember you guys get 3 questions on each
Oh.
topic. And
just
I
the
believe
first question, right?
that was just the first question. There was a lot there because it was a relatively general topic.
So one of the questions about the Frost Giants was the location in which it is. Is there any information or history on that specific location and the creatures around it or surrounding it?
Yes, you find that the Frost Giant workshop was said to exist somewhere at the border between the Frostwood and the Shimmering Expanse. That would now be kind of east of Frostfell. And that there was actually a giant city that was up in the glaciers, but that part of the glacier that once held the city sheared off a long time ago and was basically destroyed. So the workshop since the workshop was kind of beneath the glacier, is about the only thing that's really believed to still exist. It is said that there are still clans of frost giants that roam throughout the area in the glaciers. Yetis are also common in the Shimmering Expanse. And then, as far as other creatures, there are some that you would probably have to be worried about. You find instances of what kind of sounds like a winter wolf, a large white-furred wolf that can breathe essentially cold breath. However, this also notes that these wolves drain heat from creatures around them and move swiftly, like a winter gale. So something to note is probably some variety of frost wolf. Once you kind of pick through, there's another thing that catches your eye definitely is a creature that almost kind of looks like a rust monster. But this one is known as a childrain. It is the closest kind of sylvan to common thing. And from what you can tell, it is very much like a rust monster, except instead of metal, it's attracted to heat. And when it attacks, it drains the body heat out of its unsuspecting victims until they become frozen in place and are devoured alive. And apparently they travel in swarms. So there's that. Remorhouses are also known to travel, particularly in that section, since the glaciers tend to have a lot of crevasses and fissures that make their way underneath.
What are these? What were they called again?
The Remorhous.
Which I just typed rumor asses.
Sure. And then in the Frostwood specifically, there's also notes of icebark trents, which are sentient trees. The biggest thing is that their bark is as hard as ice, and their leaves are sharp as blades. So getting hit by one is very painful. And they're also said to be able to attack at a distance, as they can kind of sling their branches and send the leaves out like projectiles. But it also notes that it is said that their sap has magical properties and can fetch a high price if they're properly tapped and siphoned away for alchemists. Yeah. That's all the ones you can note from that particular area, other than snowdrift sprites, which are just, kind of puckish fae that, are always kind of a pain in the ass. Biggest thing, though, is they like to summon mirages and illusions for people as they travel through to keep them kind of moving around in circles, or even have them unknowingly move towards the dens and positions of other monsters, because they find the gruesome deaths of other individuals as very hilarious. Yep. But normally the strength of the illusion, or even the blizzards that they create, is directly proportional to the number of them in the vicinity. So a small number, probably not a big deal. You meet up a whole bunch of them, there's probably a lot of them.
All right. Were we able to gain any specific information on Giant King Jarl?
Yes, you guys were able to get some information on the Frost Giant Jarl. Assuming I can't ever find it. Oh, in my notes. In my notes.
Is that Jarl? Like, how do you spell that?
Jarl. And it's just like an old Viking word that means king.
Jarl.
So feel free to put king if that's easier.
Jarl. You aren't supposed to do that.
Carl, that kills people.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Gosh, I really am in the wrong here.
There we go. I just needed to scroll up. Yes, so the information you can find on the Frost Giant Jarl. There's actually two specifically that you read about. One is the Frost Giant Jarl, whose name is Hrimnir Frostfury, who was essentially the founding member of that particular clan of Frost Giants. And he was the one that originally built the workshop and the city and all of that stuff. And then the clan kind of went down along his descendants for a number of generations until it came to the last king of that particular Frost Giant clan, and that is Thrym Frostbane, who was the last Jarl of the Frost Giants in that era, and it said that he oversaw the construction of Icecrown and the vaults beneath the palace, along with his principal engineer / architect, who is Scory the Stone Shaper. And that individual is credited as being like the architect of the vaults in the palace. They too met a not so suspicious end towards the end of construction.
And did any of that information come with any information regarding like the crown of the Frost King, in particular, like magical properties or anything?
Yeah, yes and no. So the crown is said to be the same crown that was bore by Grimnir Frostfury. And it was said that even among frost giants, he was particularly strong, with the strength of several frost giants, and that his voice was powerful enough to cause avalanches, and that if he met your eyes on the battlefield, he could his gaze could freeze the souls of even the bravest soldiers. It is believed, perhaps, that some of that may have been associated with this crown, partially because of just how supernatural those abilities sound. But nothing is definitive.
He said his voice was powerful enough to cause what again?
Avalanches.
Okay. And that was included in that last question, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll look over at Caleb and
So
just
I think you still have one more on the frost giants and / surrounding area, and then 2 more on the palace.
correct. So just for the other 2, this is out of character. It answered all the questions that I was initially going to ask. So I don't know if we want to try to bank the other 3 questions.
Sure. I mean, if we have a good amount of information and it seems like we got a lot there, perhaps it'd be better to wait and kind of see what else we may discover.
DM, is that okay?
We have those 2 questions.
Yeah, I'm just making a note of that right now. So we're banking 1 that's on the frost giants. And then 2 questions that are lower on nice crown. Okay.
Cool.
So, any other kind of ancillary things that you guys were interesting little factoids that you guys wanted answered while you were here?
Don't ask, because Volred will burn a question on something stupid.
Well, what kind of question?
No, we're good.
The one I was thinking is not appropriate. I'll put it in chat.
After feeling satisfied with the information that they got, Yandere will prod to leave.
Which basically means after reading half of the stack of this book and feeling like your eyes are about to fall out of your head, and hating is like, at this point in time, it's like, I am done with Sylvan. I get that it's my mother tongue, but I am never speaking it again. Let's go back to first Sylvan / second Common.
Yeah. Are you 2 ready to leave?
Yeah. Okay. And just in case this matters for some reason, Caleb, feel free to note that you have learned some songs from here called the Songs of the Frostfire. You never know when you'll need to pull out a Winter Court ballad, you know, for a performance.
Yandere will proceed to leave.
Okay. So, Izal, you and Kelmac have enjoyed looking at the fights a little bit. You guys do any gambling?
Kelmac's not allowed to, and I would not tempt him.
Are you gonna do any gambling?
No.
You sure? I mean, you're a pretty good judge of combat character.
The only gambling I do is against myself, for good luck.
All right. Any fighting on your side?
Nah. We're about to go do something.
Okay, I guess I'll close the section on pit fighting then.
No.
I mean, gambling. Nope. Pit fighting. Close. All right. I guess we're not doing any of that. But yes. Anything else you wanted to do before you kind of retire? Because like at this point in time, you and Kelmac are sitting here, and it's like an hour goes by, then 2, then 3, and you're like, oh shit.
How long does it take to research things? Fuck, there goes the day.
Just like, God, I actually don't know how fast a reader Caleb is.
What if he got
Depends
distracted?
on if I'm into it.
Fuck, if he went and got distracted and learned a bunch of bullshit we don't need, like pottery or songs, I'd be pissed.
Pottery? I mean,
What if it's only one of those?
Well, we'll find out. No, Calmac, you can't gamble.
I will. Oh, fine. We want to get some booze. I mean, I want to get half a cup of booze.
I think you should get like
But
3/4 of water and then the rest of it ice.
They just need to like make booze that doesn't have booze in it.
Like something that tastes like booze but doesn't have any alcohol in it at all?
Yeah.
Who the hell would buy that?
People like me.
It's like decaf coffee. Who the hell wants that?
I don't drink that dwarven shit.
Your insinuation is frightening.
I've known some dwarves that drink that shit, and then they're like up for 12 hours straight working.
I'm pretty sure they're doing something other than just drinking decaf coffee.
I don't know, man, but dwarves can put in like 20-hour days and then drink a cup of that shit, and they're good for like 20 more hours.
I don't think it's decaf.
Where's everyone else?
They're all researching.
Just over here trying to find the proper amount of apathy. Delicate mix. Oh, well, okay. Never mind. I guess Kelmac can play his character. Kelmac's over there so pissed at how I'm playing his character. He had to be like,
All right,
I'm not even waiting for someone to tell me it's okay. I'm putting
what
a
am
I
stop to
doing?
this
I need you to
right now.
answer me some questions, and we'll see how close Eric got to them.
Okay.
Does Kelmac enjoy decaf coffee?
No.
Well, does Kelmac like just the taste of alcohol? It would rather have no alcohol in it.
Belmac enjoys the taste and there's a word.
You want that
Companionship.
mouthfeel?
Companionship that usually imbibing alcohol brings, but does not enjoy the effects of alcohol.
Hey, he was right. Eric got a non-alcoholic assumption right.
I was just trying to backdoor that into saying the word virgin, but okay. So that way we can make jokes about that.
Kelmac fucks. What?
That's what all that weird moaning is. Well,
By that, you mean
Kelmac, did
get
you
fucked.
enjoy all the fighting we saw and we didn't gamble the entire time?
Are you at least feeling less hungover?
Am I?
I would say yes, because we only said you were hungover and battle fatigue to explain why you were chilling at the hotel.
Okay.
He was chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Man, we can't even afford like a Sheraton or something.
We gotta book the fucking Wood Spring.
Hyatt Regency.
I should do that. If you guys ever go to like Santa Claus's Village, I should name like the local inn the Holiday Inn.
They have it's a franchise. They have inns everywhere. Like there's at the Eastern Town or
Is there a Motel 6?
Shamrock Isle. I'm out of puns. Well, they were studying.
Okay, but I am not involved in whatever's been going on today.
Nope, just me and you watching.
Yeah,
fights.
you and Isol went to go watch some fights while the brainy people plus Volred went to the library.
I think that's very assumptive, DM.
I mean, you could have just went the
That
Brady people
Volred.
plus Yandre and Volred. It was just the Brady people was just Caleb.
That is actually true because
Yandre's smart enough to say, "Hey, I need
Volred
Caleb for
actually rolled a higher investigation than Caleb did.
You know what?
Volred is very smart, thank
Yandre
you.
brought the smart people with him.
Listen, I'm only a 9 intelligence, okay? But that's smart, and you can't convince me otherwise.
You're the definition of book smart because you have the expertise to make that
No,
number not matter.
No, what that means is what Volred really has is skim skills. To like be able to quickly skim
I get the gist of
reading
it.
and do like, oh,
I cannot retain
Okay.
this knowledge for shit.
it's
though.
like I can't pass a test on this, but I can tell you kind of what's in there.
What is a 9 intelligence but like a plus 12 modifier on investigation? That seems like you're not
Oh, I don't
generally
have plus
smart.
12. That's Caleb.
Yeah, but you have like a plus.
I know, but that's a skill. So that would essentially
I was only
mean
plus 3.
is
Jesus.
is Volred
Lucky.
is slightly he's got like an 8th or 9th grade education, but he has some skills in like test taking and like he took the SAT prep courses. He knows
And he got
how
a
to
1400.
like he knows how to study and kind of figure out how to get the information he needs, even if he just academic vomits that all back up on the test.
That is shockingly similar to me in real life, except I definitely.
Oh, that's
1400.
shockingly similar to everyone. I had a professor in college that literally called it academic bulimia.
Yeah.
He says you shove a whole bunch of facts down your throat, vomit it up on the test, and you walk away with nothing.
So everyone else is going to do a thing. Me and Izal.
Well, you guys are wrapping that part up. You guys are looking at your imaginary watches going, it's been 3 or 4 hours.
How long does studying take?
Well, Caleb never stops.
He built different.
Get the brain muscles.
He has more social skills with books than he does people.
all
Did
the
we
Social
buy?
skills with a
full
book.
room service.
That
I want
talks to-
all the bacon and eggs you have.
All right.
Wait, I'm worried what you
did not hear me.
interpreted that is. Give me lots of bacon and eggs.
Did we buy Kelmac potions last time?
No.
Did you buy?
The only
more
ones that
potions?
actually bought potions were you and Yandre, I think.
I
But
killed him.
if Kelmac wants to retcon that and spend, what was it like, and buy some potions, he can do that.
I want potions.
We got frost resistance potions.
How much were they?
You were there. Actually,
No, I
no.
wasn't.
Second half, you weren't. They were 500 apiece, but I think you got buy 2 get 1 free. Was it what? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was buy 3 get 1 free,
That was.
or just like 20% off.
So did y'all go
So-
and get potions just for the 3 of you and left the 2 of us out?
Well, no, they
can't
buy
spend-
3, get 1 free, so there's 4.
Hold
Caleb
on.
was
before-
Specifically, Izal went to go buy potions for Izal. Yandre did some shopping, and I don't think Caleb actually bought anything. He
Caleb,
bought,
like
he got-
he reimbursed
got-
the potion.
yeah, he got Izal's freebie, but reimbursed her for it.
So Yandre didn't get one.
He bought a reliquary.
I don't know what that means.
He bought a thing.
You use the
for
big words,
magic.
man.
It's a
Listen. I spend all day up in a greasy, oily machine. I don't got a lot of brains to work, man.
it's round and round it goes.
Yeah.
But
all I
went
see
to
all
go
day.
get potions because I wanted frost-resistant potions because we're gonna go fight things that's gonna be cold.
Why didn't we all get that then?
I can't spend your money for you, so I don't.
Well,
Which is
clearly
why now,
someone
if you'd
can make
like to
assumptions of my likes and
retcon,
dislikes.
We can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's 20% off, or 400 gold per potion, or buy 3 get 1 free.
Will he take?
It was a
That's
Uh,
a girl.
Will they?
She, straight up she.
They can be neutral.
Let's go ask him.
Maybe we'll get a discount if we ask their gender.
Ugh, where are my notes?
That's
Oh, no.
actually with an elf. Sometimes you got to do that
I
anyway.
don't
Oh,
know.
very feminine. What is your name?
Because if they don't, if they're flat chested,
We're at the Enchanted Flurry, right?
Will she
Yep.
take platinum bars? Understandably, we are in the Winter Fae, and they use a different currency.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will.
money is money. It's just she kind of raises an eyebrow, and it's like, okay, this is interesting, but money is money.
What
Oh
is
right, we
the-
also got a payment for the fight. In any case, Volred, I will buy one for you.
Okay.
Do not worry. I will need 200 GP in change back. It can be assorted coinage, platinum, or gems of assorted.
She can give you 200 gold and frost gold coins.
What is the type of potion?
Potion of
Frost.
It's a potion of frost resistance. It'll be
I
in there.
just
It's just a
don't wanna-
potion of resistance, and then you'll just have to make a note that it's specifically for frost.
There's potion of frost resistance.
Yeah, they have.
I just don't want 200 more gold coin of weight in my pocket.
Oh, you want her to?
Yeah.
You want to use her for money changing services?
Yes, if she has other items that I can exchange for as currency that are not coinage, that would be great. That
Yeah, I
I can
mean,
easily carry on my person.
She keeps a small collection of gemstones for material components and stuff, so you can kind of trade out some of that if you wish.
Well, if you would like to generate some gems, I understand that it's probably something we can do at the back end.
Yeah, it's fine. How much are you handing over?
I'm handing both platinum bars because 2 potions are 800. Each platinum bar is 500 GP each, so that's 1,000. I need 200 and change.
So you want 200 and change that are basically in gemstones.
Yes, and if they're Fey gemstones, I could probably change them back in the material for a little more.
I mean, she's gonna give you. We'll just put them all in kind of at the same kind, because that would be.
If you want to generate a
easier.
little list and send it to me, then we can completely go over this. Ew, my hands are dirty.
You have 34 frost gold bars, by the way. Kelmac.
We'll just say we'll swap that out for 4 gemstones worth 50 gold, and we'll just say those are blue jaspers. which is just jasper, but they look blue.
It's a defect. They're worthless.
Yeah. Either that, or you can take it as 2 pearls. Because pearls are a,
A
common.
woman's best friend.
That's diamonds.
Not in the Feywild.
Yeah. A fake
Well,
pearl necklace. Is
I took
very
2
fancy.
pearls. Because they can
Ooh,
also be material
Maelstrom
components.
pearls.
They're so extravagant, they're almost dripping.
Ugh. Well, technically, I don't have 34 whatever gold bars there in the bag of holding.
I thought we disseminated those out.
Well, I had
Well,
33,
he wasn't there.
you had 33, and then Kelmac got 34.
Yeah.
I don't have a bag of holding. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Well,
Suck it up,
you
let it
have
cut.
an opportunity to swap them out right now if you want.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, you weren't there to purchase. Yes, you were. You were at the shop with us, wasn't he?
Yeah, but we didn't
Yeah,
buy
but
anything
everyone
for
else has
him
a bag of holding.
because I'm
Because
not spending his money.
Aaron was not there.
Yeah.
So did you want to buy potions or trade those stuff for other stuff? Or did you want to buy a bag of holding because they do have those here? Calum bought one, I believe.
Do they have one with not a a cute polar bear motif
You want to
Sorry,
embroidered?
Calum already bought the Yeti fur one.
Motherfucker.
they only have the
Because Calum was like, I'm not gonna do that because that doesn't
gaudy.
that'll look gaudy. And then he just like, all right, you know what? Treat yourself. So yeah, yeah. There's a really nice one that kind of looks like it's made of a light powder blue silk, and then there's another one that is made of some kind of heavy duty, almost looks like reindeer leather, with strips of like dyed blue and white leather and like some silver threading. That's a more general looking one. Like if you carried that around in the prime material, you wouldn't look out of place.
Fine. How much is that?
500 frost gold coins.
Okay. And a bar is
It's
100.
50.
A bar is 50.
Yes. So you got like 1750 in gold.
Okay. So I will
So
give
10 bars for one bag.
10 bars.
Okay.
Okay. That's me catch up shopping.
That's cool. Yeah.
Done.
So that means you've got, what, 23 more bars?
24.
Because he got the
24. That's fine.
Yes.
But you also have a bag of holding that you can now carry those 24 bars.
Which one did you get? The silk one?
The reindeer leather.
That powder
Don't
blue.
at
That
me.
powder blue silk one was gonna look very snazzy, especially with
With
your
how much I get whacked, that
black
thing's gonna get broke.
arachnid plate, that mithril plate you got.
It's not black. Okay,
Black
I polished the black out.
mithril plate.
It was once black.
Can't.
She took all the anodizing off of.
Got vitiligo.
You'd only you'd only paint it black so it doesn't rust, but it's mithril, so there's no reason to have done that. So
Well,
also,
Drow
it
did that
looked
originally.
Really cool. Man, like black, but it has like the spider web was still the mithril showing through. That would look awesome. Why would you do that, Calmac? You've ruined it. That aesthetic would be cool.
Because the people that killed my friends wore it and it was black in color, so I do not want it remembered in that way.
Just gonna erase all of its black history.
So, anywho,
shopping episode. Lori, did you want anything?
Shopping episode!
Since we
I already added my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after you that, were you guys you gonna head to the Crystal Spire yourself or head back to the hotel?
Well, we already did the Crystal Spire.
No, I'm talking Group B. They got tired of waiting for you, so now I'm trying to figure out what they're doing.
Outside the Crystal Spire and just wait for them.
The Crystal Spire
yeah.
is Jack Frost's place.
No, it's
It's the library. It's like a giant pillar of ice that's been kind of carved, Elsa Frozen style. But anyway,
if you
you guys arrived there.
Hers, she didn't carve it.
Yeah.
Third.
But so you get there.
Let it
You're like,
go,
holy
bud.
shit, this thing is tall. And you've got a giant bear person and an owl person standing guard.
Come back. There's a bear
Yes.
person.
Not the first time we've encountered one of the denizens who looks more ursine.
And an owl.
Yes. Though, is it like a snow owl? Or a
Yeah.
puffin?
A puffin? That's a penguin.
Puffin.
That's a penguin.
That's a penguin.
It could be.
Get your birds right.
We're in the land of winter.
They're different.
You're different.
Yeah.
You're the
built
one. You're the one
Yeah.
with. You're the one with freaking lycanthropy of bear.
We can fight right now.
Do it.
No, because we'll get arrested.
Do it.
Are you concerned?
No, I just thought it was
About-
cool.
Yes. We met polar bears. We met people that look like me but are not Leonin, which is a bit odd.
That's what we can do. We can go research like where the history of like your Leonin and Tabaxi people come from, because here they don't call them that. So what if there's a part where they split off and there's the primary material ones, then there's the Fey ones, or if they're just completely different but look the same.
I mean, the history of Tabaxi and Leonin could come from the Fae. We could check it.
Cool. All right, let's go inside.
Yeah.
As they're
Do they
coming
need
out,
like a
like,
library
Yeah,
card?
as they're coming out, I'm like, oh hey guys.
Damn it.
As the other two are gone.
I thought you weren't coming here.
Well, we come to wait outside until you all are ready, and then we decided we wanted to go research Therianthropes and Tabaxi and Leonin, and was there a split in their history? And figured it's a library, why not? And then y'all came outside.
I was about to say, you wait until we're done doing our research to show up and do additional research.
Well,
I thought
we
you'd
didn't
be
know
done a
when you
couple
were going to
hours
be done.
ago.
Well, research does take time. It's going to take
It
an
does.
awful lot more if you're going to spend additional time trying to find information regarding Leonin. I don't have a problem with you doing your research. It's just it's a little inconvenient right now.
I know we can do it some
No
other time.
rush.
Yeah, realistically, we don't have to leave immediately. We can spend additional. So be it.
Kind of don't want to now. Now I want to know what
Oh,
y'all learned.
Well, Caleb wrote all of it down because he's actually scholarly. And so,
There's a bit of a moment where the owlin kind of looks and goes, pardon me, but would you mind taking this conversation out of the doorway?
oh, I apologize for all the traffic that you're getting.
I look behind
Well-
me. Who's waiting behind me?
No one. I understand, but we have orders to keep the place clear.
I apologize. We normally do our conversations in stairwells, but this is the closest thing that we have.
Boy, real tall
Ah,
stairwell.
I
man.
see.
Do you mind if we go back in?
That's fine. It's a public library.
Let's go have this conversation in the stairwell.
Oh my god.
There's
Okay.
a stairwell going up and a stairwell going down. As soon as you get into the middle of the building.
Who'll be so fancy?
Until we go back in, I'm just gonna sit
Yeah,
there.
you're
And
just going.
I will like try to direct us out of the doorway path and to the side.
No, I'm standing on the stairwell. I want to be in the way.
We were the only people here that we really weren't workers.
As you kind of make your way in, or kind of standing in the little helical staircase and start having a conversation, that master librarian, Airless, is kind of coming in, a little excited to see some new people. And then as you guys are just kind of standing there having conversation, he goes, "There's a little bit of disappointment." And then there's a little bit of anger, like, are you seriously just going to stand in the middle of a fucking library and carry on a conversation? But decides, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this shit. And just walks off.
Excuse me.
Turns around. Yes.
They're looking for information regarding Tabaxi and Leonin heritage and the origination of the species.
The possible splintering from Therianthropes as they look uncannily like Leonins, but are not referenced as Leonins.
Indeed. We do have some denizens who actually match your general coat, as, if I recall, Kelmac actually has a kind of a really, well, I mean, it's kind of gray. It's like more of a white coat, but perhaps a relative of yours, though they don't have
White.
your rather large build. And I could collect some information from you, but I would imagine you are more native to the Summer Court, if there is a relation.
Native to the material plane, more so. As is several degrees back of lineage.
Well, I can collect what information I have, but I'm afraid it might not be of immediate relevance to your bloodline specifically.
I'm interested in just like what is the earliest sighting and knowledge of a Therianthrope of a cat person in the I guess the timelines are weird too here. Like, what's the earliest recollection of it, and see if like where do they start first? Do they start in the Feywild first, or do they start in the material plane first?
Yes, and that is somewhat difficult to answer as you're talking of the Feywild specifically. There are the four seasonal realms, which are obviously winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And then there are a large number of other Fey realms, such as the various Fey realms of delight, the Fey realms of wild, and there are literally dozens of realms. So, answering that particular question would be the culmination of a life's work of study, really.
Damn. Well, I ain't got that kind of time. Maybe next time I'm thinking about it.
Of course. Maybe next time.
Alright, let's go.
So what did we learn today, guys?
Essentially, Yandere just grabs a piece of paper or a scroll from Calum and just hands it over to Izal.
The title.
Wap,
What I
bop,
learned in
bop,
coding
bop,
school
bam,
today
boo.
is
Tutti Frutti on Rudy. What is this?
Information.
This one says, push it real good.
Oh, you don't read Sylvan.
This is a common one.
It's like,
Ice Baby.
I like that one. That makes sense. It's thematic.
well, you'll eventually get to the information because it is all there.
Just reading this. Fucking music notes on the back. These are songs.
Give me the other paper. grabs the other paper, and then hands the other one over to you.
I can't read.
It specifically says information on the frost, the Ice Frost King Jarl.
Oh, did you take him all the way back up? Or you just handed him the notes that you have?
The notes that we have.
Okay.
The spark
It's
notes,
like,
please.
okay.
Thank you.
And,
It's in the campaign thread. I'm not repeating all that.
yeah, no, I get it. I was just saying, because Zellas have a difficult history with staircases.
We have a tumultuous history of staircases. Okay, so damn, it's a lot of notes.
There's a lot of research.
So we have I did a lot of stuff on here about the Frost, not the Frost King, the palace.
There is. Volred found a book that specifically detailed a lot of information regarding the palace and its origins, which are ironically and unsuspiciously tied to the frost giants.
The frost giants were certainly killed after they built the palace.
Unsuspiciously.
Unsuspiciously.
That's underlined right here.
Did I write suspiciously? I meant unsuspiciously.
Quoted, triple underline.
It's got bold font.
And a little blurb that says, really? Question mark.
Verbatim. So do we think that the frost giants might have documentation of building the palace at the other place then?
It's our best bet.
I thought we just got
And-
a hat.
And Prince Frost did mention that there may be other items that are located at the tomb that would be of benefit to us, which I would assume if they are the palace makers, or at least provide the history of the palace makers, there may be something that would benefit us with the definite information regarding the palace.
This guy seems
Or
tough as
maybe
shit.
another item. We won't know until we go. But if you look down on the third paragraph, there should be some additional information about the possible threats that we would run into.
Ooh, Remoraz.
What are those?
Centipede things that are attracted to heat and can generate heat.
And swallow you whole.
And big.
Very large.
Why is
None
that
of
They
sound
can be
weird?
found between, if you really care, they can be found between Moradun and Ashgar. And the
This
more
is spelled
northerly
Remor
places.
ass.
Yes.
Spelled with a Z.
How's it spelt?
Remor as with a Z. But this is better. I like this one better.
Like A-Z-Z?
No, I don't know.
Then why'd you open your mouth?
I'm reading.
Caleb also mentioned something that's similar to a rust monster. What is a rust monster?
Bane
It's
of
pretty.
dwarvenkind.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but it can be deemed with a clarity. It consumes metal. Its saliva turns metal into rust, which it then eats.
No, it
Uh,
eats oxygenated iron, which it turns steel into, which ruins any type of non-magical piece of metal you have on you into dessert for it. So it's a giant pain in the ass.
Well, apparently they bear some semblance to a creature of this plane called the Childrain.
I saw that. So it's like a rust monster, but for heat.
Apparently.
Guessing it can. Ooh, I wonder how it would do that. Because a rust monster has to be very close proximity to the metal in order to reduce it to rust. So, like this thing would have to be close to you just to drain your heat. Does that just make you cold like the winter, or is that? I mean, we fought there was that wraith that like passed right through Vorad and like attacked his just the strength of his core for it. What if it does that?
I would think the best erring on caution would be that it saps the heat from everything around it, inducing, if not some semblance to hypothermia.
So either it's just straight cold damage or sapping the very constitution that you are.
Probably.
Gonna suck either way.
Correct. But my biggest concern are the icebark trends.
That's a tree.
Are they hostile?
Well, I would assume so. Everything here is pretty much hostile. And there was warnings about it in the book. They are specifically located in the Frostwood, but we're going to have to pass through there, so it's very likely that we'll run into them.
If they're treads, that means they probably move, right?
Well, yes, they're sentient trees.
But I do remember the big one in the Court of Autumn
Correct.
pretty much disappeared immediately upon moving into a group of trees. So I'm not sure an easy way of spotting them before we walk into one.
I'm assuming that, like everything else, that they'll be attracted to heat and move towards it.
Probably. That was one of the warnings that we received before we came here.
Cool.
But with the information that we've received, we are heading out to do our due diligence. I would assume we probably want to get a rest before we go.
More than likely.
Well, great. Back to our residence then.
So, departing the Frigid Muse and heading back to the Thong Quarter, you return to the Snowbound Rest. Busy this time of day, as it looks like the dinner rush is starting. The very kind of ragged proprietor's going, yes, thank you, sir. And then as he kind of like looks over to you, he goes, welcome back. I trust your time out in the city was pleasant. Is there something I can get for you? Perhaps room service?
That would be nice. Whatever the meal is for the evening, and some libation, please.
Of course. This evening we have roasted boar and a bit of stewed goose. But if you want something else, I can certainly have that made available. You know what? Why don't I just get a smorgasbord of a little bit of everything that we have and send it up?
Great. That would be wonderful.
And we'll do that, and then in a little bit's time, I'll send up some iced cream.
I've never heard of smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord?
Yeah.
Ice cream!
A board of smorgas. What is smorgas?
I haven't had ice cream in forever.
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out what smorgas is.
Definitely gelato.
Smorgas?
Gelato is not ice cream, is all.
I know, but it's healthier.
Gelato is quite delicious.
I would certainly see if we could have that made for you.
Oh, that was a statement, not a request. Thank you, though.
Yes, of course.
So, we'll be in our rooms.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And yeah, you guys can head up. Um, very quickly, within about 10, 15 minutes, he arrives with a couple servants and wheels in like 3 large dinner carts, which just have buffets kind of smattering everywhere. Some of it looks as though it may have been hastily prepared, literally throwing everything he had on hand.
So which one of these is the smorgas?
Pardon? No, smorgasbord. It's a statement meaning a large variety of something.
Oh. Oh, you could have just said a variety of things.
Yes, I suppose you're right. It's an unfortunate habit of my profession.
No, no worries, no worries. Thank you very much. I'll give the 3 dudes 5 silver each.
Okay, so you just kind of tip them, and they all kind of look at each other like, "Are we actually allowed to take this?" And he's just kind of looking at it like, the part's like, "Oh my god, do we take his money and piss off the Lord? Do we reject his money and then risk pissing you guys off and then piss off the Lord?" He's like, he doesn't know what to do.
Just
Thank you.
put,
That's more for Yandre's sensitivity because he's got a really high insight. It's just thank you. This is much appreciated. If there is anything else, I shall begin preparing the iced cream, and I shall have that up sometime very soon.
Thank you.
yay.
Back out. And you hear him kind of lock the door.
Yandere, am I being rude
Yeah.
in tipping?
Oh,
Yes?
I wasn't referring to the tipping.
It's not generally customary here.
Should I apologize for
No.
giving them money?
Well, if they're not working here tomorrow, then you know to apologize. But if they are, then there's no problems.
I think it's too late to apologize.
That's the name of a song on here too.
Oh, that's right. And I, I go over to Azal and I take the notes and I give it back to Caleb.
Can't take the music pun.
So he just decides he's no longer playing.
He left.
He's done that before. To be fair, Ari's done that to me before. When I've gone just a little too long without my Adderall kicked in.
Compared to us, his job's a breeze.
Right?
All right. Well, tomorrow we have a relatively long day. It's a lot of travel and a lot of travel through treacherous terrain. Everybody does have their potions, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Is there anything you want to discuss before we take off tomorrow?
No.
Oh, see. Did we ever acquire winter clothes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Before you came here.
So nothing. Just eat, sleep, wake up, and move on our way.
Yep.
Yeah. I will, in our little bit of downtime, do my best to refit the cold weather clothing so that it fits under the armor. Even though Mithril doesn't get real cold, it's still, I don't want to have to be fucking walking like this. because of everything on top of it.
Fair enough. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's plate mail, so you already have like a gambeson underneath and stuff. That's pretty standard fare. But yeah, like you adjust because you're like, oh, I've been had a couple days in here. I kind of know how this works, and it doesn't.
Take stuff out a couple belt holes.
Imagine that, carrying a two-handed sword to swing.
Imagine trying to shoot an arrow.
It's that thing from the Christmas story.
Hey, look at that. 3 inches of padding.
I don't know. It looks more like 6.
Trying to squeeze 3 inches out of 6 inches of Carhartt.
Okay, so
My life up here in North Dakota, everyone.
yeah, you apparently have a life. So,
Wow.
Damn.
sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. I was like,
Apparently.
well, you know,
Sorry, the truth got out there for a second. One moment.
You could've just
I
nodded or
have
said
kind of a
yes.
resting bitch voice, okay?
Just
You're not wrong.
when it's quiet for too long, he says hurtful things.
I show up, he says hurtful things.
It's like, oh look, he came back.
Okay, so let's see here. Then you guys are going to head to sleep. And this will be your 5th day in winter.
Anyone having any horrible nightmares?
No, because I'm not sleeping.
Okay. And if each of you would roll me a d20, please.
I'm allergic.
Rolling or 20s?
So that means you're going to take that at disadvantage. Is that what I'm hearing, Isol?
Oh, Joe.
I'm apparently allergic.
You said 1?
Yeah, just give me a d20 and let me know what it is.
16.
5.
It bounced off the 1 there. That's a 7.
Hey, I did pretty good comparatively.
The 1 floated there for a second, and I was like, no, please, I just started. It's okay. I'll roll another 1.
Who are we missing?
I think that's everyone.
I don't think we're missing. I just thought I heard Calmac saying he was rolling for something. So, okay.
No, when I rolled, I used the D&D Beyond virtual die, and it like bounced off the 1.
Okie dokie. So,
Panic.
yep. All right, you guys wake the following day to the wonderful sound of a blizzard rolling a bit on the outside. You kind of can hear the shutters kind of racking up against the window a little bit. But
oh yay, a storm.
let's see here. Caleb. You're muted, but
Am I?
Caleb. Yeah. Well, either that or your sensitivity's just you're not speaking enough for your mic to
Gotcha.
to
Ah,
trigger.
I was like,
it
wait a
enough.
minute, it's green. It shouldn't be
Oh
muted.
my god,
yelled.
the gotcha got me.
So, as you're kind of your group is kind of prepping, Caleb, you hear this kind of high pitched, almost kind of like tinnitus, but really kind of loud and piercing tone in the top of your head. You go, oh damn! and it lasts for only a moment and then disappears.
Do I have any idea what it could be?
Nope. I mean, you imagine it kind of feels like what a mind sliver might feel like, but it doesn't do any damage, and it's just really annoying.
Huh. Does it look like anybody else is affected by this? Or is it just me?
Just you.
Who is around me?
Your entire party.
Okay.
Around me are familiar faces.
I'm gonna get Yandere. Describe the feeling that I just had as I'm waking him up. I have no idea what
I mean, as you're getting his attention, he's a
Yes.
Galadriel. He doesn't sleep.
You're not wrong.
Yo,
Got it. Quick question. I feel like I just had a, you know, the spell I cast, Mind Sliver or Mind Spike.
oh that one thing that you cast whenever you try to make people feel all funny in the head, right?
Yeah, I pretty much feel like something kind of like a high pitched whine in my ear. Do you have any idea what that would be caused by?
I mean, is it not the same thing as the spell you just cast?
Well, it didn't hurt per se, but that's the only description that I really know.
So you got a migraine and just expecting me to know what it is.
Given the strangeness of where we are, I was wondering if it was something that you might know.
I mean, it sounds like a headache. You had a morning headache. Did you drink some water this morning?
Yeah,
Did you eat anything last night?
probably not.
So maybe you got like hunger pains or something. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you though.
All right.
DM, does would Salazar know anything about any head pains or anything that would pop up random?
No, and that's good because I was sitting here thinking, it sounds like we got like a summer yawn, right? All of a sudden, it's like, wait a
As soon
second.
as you said it, I was like, oh,
I'm
okay.
like, oh
We're
wait, we
doing
got
that
summer
today.
yawn drink.
It's the combat game.
Yeah.
I missed the last couple of fights. I've been complaining in the background for like the last 4 days. Like I'm gonna get some fights in.
But no, it's weird, but
I mean, it just sounds like you got a headache to me. Do you need me to do some magic mumbo jumbo or something to see if it helps?
Appreciate it if you could expect me to see if something's wrong.
I mean, what do you want me to inspect? I just wave my hand, cast a little
medicine
spell.
check.
I do not have medicine. Oh, I do. Oh, you know what? I don't.
You,
I don't have proficiency in medicine, but I have at least a good enough
you had a minor stroke.
TIA or whatever that's called. All right. I guess I could. I mean, I could look you over. I'm not guaranteeing anything, though. Do I take that as a yes or a no? Do I have
Yes.
something?
I don't know why my mic's not picking up on.
All right, DM. I got a 17 on a medicine check.
He looks fine. I mean, his eyes are a bit bloodshot from all the reading yesterday. It also looks like he probably stayed up late too, doing more reading. That's normal for Caleb, though.
You need to get some sleep, my man.
I try to, but then things just Not at me. Questions that need answers.
Oh, I thought you just
That's
spend your
okay.
time. I thought you just spend your time talking to that hot god that's got a number on you.
Not right now, but yes, I will be.
Which, by the way, it's been some time, and I know that Yandre was trying to help keep all that stuff together. You haven't talked to her in a couple of days, have you?
No, that gets kind of tricky whenever I'm in the Feywild.
Well, I mean, she also gets a little pissy when you don't communicate with her, don't take her out to dinner or anything like that. So you might want to at least send a message over to her at least once.
Fair.
But, you know, my hand's clean of that. I don't really know much about dating a god, so
Appreciated.
no problem. But yeah, if you get the headache again, let me know. I'll put my hands on your head and pray a little bit, and maybe that'll go away.
All right.
Also, why don't you ask your friend that's always mad about being kept in the dark all the time? He might be able to help you if it's something magical.
Reach out to him.
You know what I'm doing now?
Yes, I'm going to communicate telepathically.
Oh,
to
you're
bring
not gonna just let him
Maylor out again.
You're gonna communicate telepathically with whom?
Maylor to bring him out.
Mailer trying to take over your body. He's evil. We do it.
Maylor kind of appears from out of the book. Ah, hello, friends. Nice being let out of the book again.
Told
So,
Hope I didn't disturb
I
you.
imagine I need to serve as some sort of decoy for a group of monsters, or you just need me to answer some questions?
Decoy. Over there.
She kind of looks at you and goes, all right,
I'm
fine,
gonna
I
stab
you.
suppose.
I'm gonna stab you with this sword, and we're gonna see what happens. Never mind.
No! No!
Maybe not.
That took me way too long to realize what you were doing.
Great. That means it'll work when I actually do it. When you turn.
It's like,
evil.
oh yeah, sword, no problem. And there's like, the sword of 1,000 souls. Oh, okay, all right, maybe not that one.
He's dead. Yes.
The one that devours souls.
Go on.
Anyways, I will describe the feeling to Maylor and see if he has any inclination as to what could cause such a sensation.
He thinks about it. He asks you some, kind of general questions. He goes, actually, that sounds like a bit of a feedback loop from a scenting spell. It's not all that uncommon when people are attempting to target individuals outside of the current plane of existence and time dilation becomes a factor. Most likely, it would seem that someone from another plane of existence, perhaps the prime material, attempted to reach out to you via a message spell, and due to the dilation of time, the energy just kind of hit you all at once.
Is there any way to determine who tried to contact me?
Well, no, I'm afraid not. Judging by the thing, the feeling, it would seem as though the dilation of time was very, very short, such as compressing entire days down to minutes. Almost kind of like flipping through a massive tome very quickly and then trying to sum the entirety of its contents. It's not exactly something that's easily possible, but perhaps they will attempt again, and actually, that's a good question, because yes, actually you would, because the spell does specifically state that if you've met the person, you know who attempts to contact you. So Yeah, with a little bit of kind of thinking about it and dwelling on it, um, recalling that energy, so to speak, um, you surmised from a kind of pulling apart the magical strata that assailed you, um, that it seems you received an unsolicited ping from Godwin.
All right. Um, now that you have told me what it was, kind of feel the thread determine who it is. I think it's Godwin.
Oh, that's interesting. Perhaps he's reaching out to give you an update on that bizarre object that he was crafting. The one for the wish spell.
I will reach out to him now.
Well, I
See if
suppose that could be difficult. We just have to hope that the time dilation doesn't cause a problem.
Instead of compressing it all into one message or a small message, it lengthens it out.
You must be saying something pretty witty, Kelmac, but you were muted, so we didn't hear it.
I was just saying what he's all said.
Okay. There you go.
It takes 3 minutes for the first letter sound to come out of what you're trying to say in this message. Like,
Yeah. It's that moment when you have like the perfect comeback, but someone says it before you, and you're like, ah, goddamn.
I think I might actually have to wait until tomorrow.
Because you didn't prepare that spell.
Yes, unless Yandere, you'd be able to do it.
You want me to talk to somebody?
Yeah, Godwin, to see if there was a reason why he messaged me.
Oh, the store guy, the store message guy, the one that got the item and gave me the sword and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could send him a message. What do you want? What do you want me to say? But you only get 2 of these. I'm not gonna keep doing this back and forth stuff.
I'm not a messenger owl, Ron.
I would just ask him if there was a specific reason as to why he contacted me.
All right, let's see here.
Does Caleb get a reply? Or is it just too fucked up for him to do it?
Too fucked up.
Okay.
That's an instance of like a spell kind of failing.
Alright.
Roll the
Cross-run.
1
You fucking suck.
or a 20, depending on your.
5% is a 1 on the d20. Or a 20.
Yeah.
All right, so sending a message to Godwin. Okay, let's see. Yo, Godwin, what's the deal with reaching out to Caleb? Is it important or something? Respond back.
Oh, God.
There's a moment where you kind of feel a little fuzziness to your brain, and then a voice kind of comes in and goes, "Oh, I finally reached you. It's been several days. Hopefully you're all right. You had a friend, individual, come by asking of you. Dark cloak, white mask, seemed the unsavory sort. Just heads up."
Good luck finding us.
Well, yeah, we had a visitor. Dark cloak, white mask, unsavory, kind of like not like a steak.
So he was
Well,
sweet.
Volred, I guess your ex-associate was not as final as we had hoped.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Uh, it sounds like a shade of Cavail is on our trail again.
Uh, Excuse me?
From the information that has just been reported, a shade of Cavail.
Which
Uh,
was?
Godwin, head of the visitor. White mask, dark cloak, unsavory.
I mean, are you really sure? I
No.
mean,
Well, I'm sure he said it in my head, so I don't know if that's going to help you with
well,
the.
I mean, did he say it was a shade of Cavail?
Well, no, he
There
said
many
dark cloak,
assumptions.
white mask, unsavory.
It could be anyone.
You're
Well,
right.
you chimed in real quick. Is that somebody you know?
Well, no, but I just feel like that's a jump to conclusions.
Okay, well then we don't know who it is.
Why would a shade of Cavail just be walking around going into shops? That doesn't seem correct. They're known to be very secretive and not really very interactive unless they're torturing someone.
That's a good.
Think they're trying to send a message?
I don't know, but fine, I will consider this as a possibility, but they do tend to be secretive.
I mean, if you're trying to get a hold of one of us, and you know that Volred has an affiliation with them, that'd be a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe, but that
Did he specifically
certainly.
say searching for me or searching for us as a group?
No, I mean he did mention that he was coming to look to us about our cart warranty that we haven't paid for. So
The cart warranty.
We
Yeah.
do need to make a payment on the cart warranty.
it's about to expire. That's kind of a big deal.
We are not renewing that cart warranty. It fell off a cliff.
Oh yeah, I guess the warranty is void if the cart's not around, huh?
Could have been for the insurance for Sweet Nut Manor.
Yeah, the housing rates and are starting to go up.
Well,
To
tax
my
collectors wear white masks, though.
Yeah, but they don't wear black cloaks either, do they?
I think it was someone trying to get a hold of us that knows that'd be a good way of getting our attention.
Again, I
don't
feel
think it's a shade. I agree with Florian.
because I feel like if it were a shade, they would have just killed Godwin after they received no information.
That's what I'm thinking, but I also don't know who would be impersonating the shades at all.
Volred did it.
Well, I guess now that the shades is being brought up, I guess I should inform the rest of the party that my father may have actually been killed by a shade.
Well, wasn't that the plan in the first place, though?
Well,
Oh, it wasn't the shade. It was the other criminal people that was supposed to kill your father, and so they. Oh yeah.
yes, I was notified not too long ago that he died before he could have been killed. Which is, in a way, ironic, I guess.
Oh man. So you see Yandere / Sal just open his arms up real wide and walk over to Volred and be like, "Man, that's tough news, my dude. Do you need a hug? Are you gonna be okay? You're still losing a family member. I don't know how you deal with these things, and yeah."
I will. Yes, I will take the hug. Thank you.
I
I just stand there, very like stiff as a board.
I know that sometimes whenever you like to cry for like hours and stuff. So like, just know that if you do that, just let me know. Give me a heads up.
I'm okay. I've processed him being gone, but I was told that it they did see someone saw what appeared to be the description of a shade. I don't know how, given as stealthy as they are. So I guess it is possible. I don't really have much more information.
What did you do with the mask? I
We
don't
destroyed it.
recall.
Oh, see, yeah, we destroyed it, right? Like,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So it can't be someone had stolen it and is using it for some sort of proxy revenge.
So, I don't know. Maybe it was a shade, but either way, we just need to be careful, more so than we currently are.
The Dark Hunt and a shade, possible shade. We're just making all kinds of friends now.
Man, it's only 2.
Well, is the Dark Hunt just one?
Nah, it's
shades
really
don't
like
want
a-
either.
It's like a big old group of people.
So, anyways,
Yeah, we should probably get going. It's gonna be a long trek.
So, with that, I guess we might as well go ahead and take a break.
Cool.
Cool. So I guess we'll see you back here in 15.
A lot of eyebrow action there.
Yes.
Oh no, stop it, please.
See y'all in 15 minutes. Bye-bye.
You will come back, and I will attack you.
Bye.
He's muted.
No, I'm not.
Wasn't talking about you.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You weren't supposed to hear any of that anyway.
You just mimed maniacal laughter. We don't have to hear it. We can see it.
That wasn't miming. There was definitely audio.
Not on our end, so it was miming.
Exactly. So you
Discord
did
for
not hear the
miming is
details
Great.
of my horrible, of my diabolical plan.
Okay.
Just sneak peek. It involves killing the party.
Beans.
Stay tuned for the chilling reveal.
We need a counter of like the number of times like I tried to kill the party and don't succeed.
You,
count that
you
as we just leave?
underestimate.
Wait a second. That's actually just the number of combats that we. Okay, never mind.
7.
I think we actually need a counter of how many times you've threatened to kill us.
We all know I'm more bark than bite.
Sometimes
Exactly.
Not
It would be a big number.
Not those ents. Those ents are more bark than bite.
Yeah. Speaking of trends,
You know you like it, Ari.
no,
I'm not
but at
allowed-
least I was not the one that made that joke.
I'm not allowed
So,
to fight trees.
let's see here. After having a conversation here on your 5th day, in the realm of winter, you guys have collected some information, and believe you have a heading as to where it is you need to go, and an idea about what you may find on that way. So armed with everything you have, you go to leave through the eastern gate, and make your way into the Frostwood, towards the Whispering Glaciers, or at least the eastern side of the Whispering Glaciers and the Shimmering Expanse, with the hope of finding this lost frost giant workshop. As you go to depart, the guards kind of give you a little bit of side eye, but after seeing your lapel pins from the Prince of Frost, kind of decides, all right, never mind. And you take a step out into the river-run snowscape before you, and seeing in the far distant horizon large pine trees and firs and other evergreens, and then the tiered, towering level of the glaciers and mountains that lie beyond. The symbol of your destination. So let's see here. Who is going to head up the expedition?
The New Yorker.
Yeah.
They walk fast.
It's me.
They got places to go.
Get out of my way.
Do you have a
I'm
good
walking.
survival?
Okay. So, Yandre is going to be my survivalist. Is anyone else going to contribute? Also, what is your pace? Normal pace? You guys trying to make up time, or?
I would say normal.
Trying to not freeze my ass off.
And I can help with survival.
Oh, I will absolutely take that.
And I could keep a lookout if someone else doesn't want to. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
All right.
Teamwork.
So let's see here. Let's make some rolls then.
Not a good roll.
Not a good roll. Not a good roll. Not a good roll. Okay. That seems about what we expected from his all.
Okay then.
For plus 13?
It's a 25.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, then let's see here.
See, if you grab the glacier here, this whole shelf's gonna fall.
I mean, but why would you grab the glacier? See, but it kind of defeats the point.
Great. Let's see here. Yandere, as you guys are making your initial trek through the kind of no man's land that exists in the immediate area surrounding Frostfell, it takes you guys only a couple hours in order to reach the edge of the Frostwood. Um, this kind of odd tundra-like forest that kind of sits among like this hilly landscape um, with a layer of permafrost and these towering trees that just kind of suddenly start. But as you guys kind of, make your way around, you're able to find sections of path that you assume are some kind of goat path or other nature path that allow you to kind of wind up and along the valleys and the hills, um, making relatively good time in trek. Izal is able to kind of point out some areas where you can actually avoid what looks like a pack of frost wolf type creatures that seem to be making their way along a distant ridge. And then you guys kind of descend down into a spot that almost kind of looks like there is a path that seems to have happened where the land kind of flattens out in these kind of long runs. Perhaps a dried creek bed or a paved road of some sort that's been covered up with ice. You're not entirely sure. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. All right. And let's see. Good. So as you guys continue, if you guys wouldn't mind giving me another survival perception.
Does can someone help with Isol's
Hey.
perception?
Shut up.
Hey,
I'm just trying to make your life
Izal managed to get you guys around from wolf creatures, so
Yeah.
Some good rolls there.
Hey! Look at that.
Like some
What
Texas
the-
Roadhouse rolls.
The hell, 30. Yeah, natural 20 for you. So proud of yourself.
Hey, I've got a 33 twice this game, and I am ecstatic about it.
I'm glad I could be part of a natural
33.
20.
You did. You helped me, and that's what got me to that 33. And don't you ever let anybody forget it.
I'll never roll one myself, but I can guide those to it.
yeah. Okay. So that's good. Now, as you guys are moving along this path, you come to a section where it looks like this flat divot in the ground actually separates. One path continues going farther east, you assume in the direction you need to be travel. Another kind of cuts back off to the left, heading northwest, deeper into the forest.
I don't want to deal with Kanye.
But I assume that the direction that we need to go to is the northeast or east pass.
Yes, yeah, and so mostly just letting you know that that thing exists. And so you guys make your way along the eastern pass. As that happens, you guys are kind of looking around, doing some stuff. Before Izal, you notice, with your excellent perception, a slight disturbance. It looks like in a section of the snow that lies out before you, barely 10-15 feet above where Yandere and Kelmac are walking. You're not entirely sure what it is, but the alarm bells in your head start going off as sense of danger kind of kicks in.
I don't think we're alone right now. I point off into the close distance. Are there like mounds, or there like a bush?
It's a section of the bed, but it almost looks like a part where the ground was disturbed a little bit.
There's some disturbing parts of the snow.
Puddle of mud is disturbed. All musical references today, folks.
I'll get close to the disturbed portion of the snow slowly.
Okay.
I will flank with Izal, but also trying to keep an eye out, see if there are other disturbed portions.
Okay. Let's see. You can go ahead and roll me a perception check, and then if you would mind rolling me investigation or nature, or another perception of your choice, is all. You'll get different information depending on what you roll.
I feel like I've already noticed things. I can't really get much better than what I did. So I'm going with nature.
I can't help with nature there, bud.
Well, you do your own thing.
Well, you're looking somewhere off, Kelmac. You said you were looking for similar-ish stuff.
Natural 20.
I could help with. Never mind.
No, do it.
Ooh.
Damn, you got a
I'll
plus
never get-
0 bonus.
I
So
know.
you rolled
I'll
as
never
well
get
as you
one.
could ever hope to roll.
That's right.
Kelmac, I can help you with perception though.
Yeah, did you want the perception from me, and then the multiple option was for Izal?
Yes, because Izal was specifically inspecting this area, so I was just giving her some options for rolls to determine
I
what she might
stared
look.
at that plus 0. I was like, you know what? F it.
I will take the help for the advantage on a perception.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure glad I took it. But that's just 12 there, bud.
Okay.
It would have been a 5.
You're kind of looking around and seeing, kind of glancing around. It's like, okay, well, all right.
Everything's white.
It's like, yeah, everything's white. But what do we have? And then as you're kind of looking, is all, you are sure that this is absolutely not natural. You don't see any movement in front or behind. And there is something about this that is giving you really strong Remoraz vibes.
Can I perceive anything like hidden, like doors or like portals, or is my face sense doing any tingling?
Nope.
Cool. Y'all have fun.
Do I remember that if Remorazes are like, they burrow a lot, but like, where would they prefer to attack? Like from underneath or from the side?
So this is a monstrosity, so that would be an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Please let me have this.
No.
Let me have this.
Solid 10 though.
Yeah, you would know enough because these things are not common, but they definitely occur in the valleys in Moradun. They're large centipede-like creatures. They tend to burrow under the ground, and they have tremor sense, and when something comes atop of them, they reach up and try and swallow it whole. You know that they are immune to both cold and fire, and despite the fact that they tend to live in Arctic conditions, they shed a lot of heat. The thing that you're most worried about right now is, if you recall correctly, These things actually have a pretty wide tremor sense range. And so, judging from your distance, you're quite certain this Remorhaz is already aware of your presence. And
Okay, no.
so, I mean, it's essentially it's like you're in the dungeon, you've stepped on the pressure plate, and you're like, oh shit, what do we do now? Because if you move your foot, you're going to trigger the trap.
I'm going to no longer produce vibrations by talking out loud. I will put my fingers to my ear, point back to Caleb.
And use your verbal component.
I'll use and cast message. Just slowly hum. Caleb, there's a Remorhaz trapped right ahead of us, and we are definitely in a dangerous zone. And I point then to Volred, and then to Yanre, and then to Kalma. It's like, nobody move. We're in a trap. Don't move. Kalmak, don't move. You're moving along. Stop it.
Yandre. Well, and Volred, but Yandre. With your really high perception, you start hearing what sounds like a slow rumble, like a shifting of ground beneath your feet. Not from the direction that Izal is presently at, but somewhere else off to your side. You get the sense that perhaps if this is what Izal suggests, there may be more than one. Volred, as your adrenaline spikes just a little bit, not to panic you or any such, but you're sitting there going, okay, this is about to get crazy. You start feeling a sensation of presence.
Cool.
As if you're definitely becoming aware that there are more than one, that there are the presence of. Actually, go ahead and roll me a face sense. See just how specific your information is. Okay. Yeah, you just get you feel the sense of multiple entities that are foreign to you in your immediate vicinity.
I don't communicate that because I don't know how. Without talking.
And I'm just gonna look over at Azal, and I'm just. I point in the direction. I'm like, there's more movement.
We're probably. I use message to Yana. Like, we're probably gonna get attacked, so I don't think the movement's an issue now. We should really just get ready. And I point to Kalmak. Like, Kalmak, we're about to get attacked. Get ready. Point to Volred. Well, I think we're about to get attacked, so we should just ignore the vibration problem. Y'all can reply too.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just like, oh, well then we should move. There's one over there at least, and you said there was one up here.
Like right underneath us.
So I'm gonna trek backwards a little bit, unless anybody indicates that there's something behind us. Because right now I only know that there's one on the side and there's one in front.
I'm just gonna sprint backwards.
Yep.
Okay, well then let's do it this way. Let me go ahead and move you guys over and show you guys where you guys are at, and then you guys can.
Can I cast a spell before we?
Ooh, I see Caleb. There we are. Let's put him in a suicide position. All right. Ooh, stand next to Kelmac seems like a good idea right now. Do you have anything you can prep, Kelmac? Because I just have cold and fire stuff, and that's not going to help us against these. Anything coming? I have a Ranthier out. That's my primary weapon and shield. And to avoid surprise, I can rage. So, like, if they attack and try to surprise us, I would automatically go into a rage. Excellent. I'm gonna just rage anyway, then. Things start to rumble. Ah! Just anger. Oh yeah, because I have in studio mode right now. 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, we know see. That's I don't know what layer that is. Ba-doop. Spicy. In the middle of combat. I do. Do. You didn't waste it. Yep. Yep. You have to get good numbers to. There you go. Here's all the alert feet. Okay. Built different. How much damage would that be if they fell? Just curious. Con save. Fucks up plants too. Necrotic? just like a New Yorker. When in Rome. Woo! I got a 20 on my initiative. Mm. Okay. Well. Mm. No, these are bugs. And I will use my bonus action to create a zealot shout. Like, look here, you. What'd you say, a tadpole looking Remoraz bastard? I'm Izal Zella, and this is a home field advantage for me, so let's frickin' go! And I charge forward. Every one of you get advantage on your next attack, all your attack rolls and saving throws until the start of my next turn. So within 60 feet of me. So yeah. You just get regular advantage. You already get triple advantage already, so quit. You also get them on your saving throws, so if that comes up. found out Zealot Barbarian does not benefit from their own shout. So I'm just going to attack recklessly. Ah! And I'm going to swing with a Ranthier. Let's go. Me. That's a lot. That's not a good roll. That's a 15. Boo. Right there. Come on. You're embarrassing me in front of everyone. I just made a big shout and everything. Alright, well, do it again. You're made of like 1,000 people. I don't. It's the thing starts to lean closer to me. It's like, ah, stab it. The 25. That's way better. Should do that the first time. Does 10 plus 3 is 13. I will hit the first time this turn, so I will add in my radiant damage. Because I don't like necrotic. Plus 10 is 23 points of slashing damage. Woo. All right. Ooh. Took 8. Nice. I'm just going to stand here and wait then. That's it for me. Thank you. Your height. How do you do that? They're getting closer. I don't think we have a choice. Quick, pine trees, attack! Same. I should probably quit giving them advantage when attacking me. Hit him again. Which god? Natural 20. and assassinated anyway. Roll that beautiful bean footage. This is the piercer feat did it. Get out the assassin cheat sheet. How much sneak attack? $36. $8. Which is a D8. It's critical. That's critical in there. You have 12 plus 21 plus 8. Yeah, 41. So 41 plus the preset. Well, the 8's in that 12 that's on here. Which was 40? 52. 93. Plus small nudge. You could move a whole bunch. You have advantage, Calmec. You're muted. If he moves to his left, he'd be out of its range. It would not provoke the attack of opportunity, correct? Because right now he's out of its range. Touched gently by Remoras. You have advantage. If you hold shift, usually it'll do it for you. Well. Hey, you're using scale render! Alright. Why don't you do it on your attack actions and click the... But because you are high enough paladin level to get improved divine smite. It rolled a 6. It rolled a d8. It would be green. You have advantage on all your attacks. Till the start of my turn. Because I am very motivational. Don't you deal extra damage to monstrosities? Oh. Ah. Oh. For the type of monster we never fight. Bonus action? I already yelled. Home field advantage. Let's fucking go. Did he take fire damage when he hit it? one's too far away. Do a concentration check. Shield of Faith. But you have advantage on it, though, so you basically should always pass. What's your con save? You have advantage to beat a DC 10. Okay, natural 20, I like that. Well, well, I'm glad I could help you get that natural 20. Let's go. Hell yeah. Barely hits me. That one, probably that one. But you hit me for sure. Ooh, total of 17. No. Yeah. He'll probably try to eat me next turn. Whee. Whoa, the screen got blue. That's not good. That's tremor sense for 3 creatures. We only see 2 of them. I see 3 overlapping circles. Oops. Right, dark vision. Strange how a party of 5 with dark vision only had 3 overlapping circles. I got attacked and grappled. They're immune to fire. The pew-pew stick. It's my 6-shooter. What the... Miscellaneous. Ilisim Sigam. other one's wounded. This one's spiritually wounded. From the necrotic. Yee. I think you muted yourself in the process of unmuting yourself. 20. No, it's anytime anyone touches the map, it does that. His name is Remy. Fourth level. Is any number that ends in a 2 now? Other than 12. Yeah. Well, that changes everything. You need to hug. I am entwined with Remy over here. So, when in doubt, stab it. Just multiple times. And it's got me grappled. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to attack it twice. Let's go, Ranthier. Let's recklessly do this again. Start shaking aggressively. We got him right where we want him. Because I have advantage on the first attack because of Guiding Bolt, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to attack it recklessly anyway. We'll talk about this later. Take notes. You don't have one of the many names. I'm just going to attack it now. Natural 20. Let's go, Aranthir. Fuck Remy. See, like, you just gotta believe. That's fun. I never get to do critical damage. It's just an extra D6. It's a great number of 6. I gave you advantage. That's on you, dude. You should try it. Add in my Divine Fury. Oh, that's minimum damage on that roll. That's a shame. Slashing 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus my Brutal Critical, 14, 15, 16. Plus my here, 16 turns into 22. Plus a d6 for Aranthir. And a d6 for radiant damage. That's 12. 22 plus 12 is 34. 34 points of damage, including radiant and magical slashing. I take fire damage. Ooh. That was great, Aranthir. Let's do it again. Ah. You got it. It's a good day. You're so good at this, Aranthir. Out of the 4 attacks I've probably made with you, you've made 3 crits. No. After the math is... We should really take notes about this. I think I did the exact same damage, too. Yeah, 11. 11 plus 3 is 3. I just don't get any of my radiant damage extra, so it's just less. 2 points higher. So 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus 6 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. I believe it's all 24. Yep. 24 points of slasher damage from Aranthir. And I take fire damage. I take some fire damage. Ow! I got a hot. Alright. I don't have a plan now because it didn't die. So... Whoops! That's it. And I just gotta stand there. Ooh! Yeah. Can't do anything else. 22. Oh boy. Hmm? Ow, ow, ow. Come on, grab my hand. They're not tentacles, they're mandibles. Now pull harder. Eh. Ooh. That's hot. Well, we just felt like the one time. That's why we gotta get our steps in and really meticulously go after it. Like, really know how to do like every situation. It's hit or miss. Could be worse. Could just be miss. Oh, very effective. We've only fought like giant things. What if we fought smaller things? Would be more effective or less effective? Hell yeah, it looked like a giant laser beam you shot. This is a children's show.
Christian like children's show.
Like
But
Hans
you-
Christian Andersen.
Who the fuck is that?
Sorry,
I am God.
there's a rat there. He's...
But I got to hit some stuff. I also I got this weird sword that's talking to me, and it was mad that I didn't get like the last hit on that thing. Like, what is the thing on that?
Oh shit! Yeah, you haven't. That's a you and you conversation.
A you and you conversation. What does that mean?
You, Reggie, and Yandere all need to meld your minds or something. I don't.
Wait, so you know Reggie and Andre too? Look at that Star Killer. This is you like talk to them? Like, are you one of us? Do I have a contract with you or something?
It's me.
Oh, you like the Little Shop of Horrors or something in here? He just starts shaking the sword.
It's like, I decide I will eat you. You have
Volred,
more soul than you need.
Yes.
how do you make such like a regular arrow so effective?
Oh yeah, you blasted that thing.
It was okay. I mean,
It's
I've
a
done it
straight
quite
shooter.
a few times before.
I know, but usually it's like a person-sized thing. So like comparison-wise, like a person dying, but like the damn thing, you hit it that one time, and its whole body was convulsing.
Oh yeah, Reggie said he helped.
I did get help. It was quite nice. We should do it again.
Reggie, he says you should do it again. He says, all right. So wait, do we get to fight something else? What happened to the other one?
It ran away.
Oh shit!
Did you scare it?
I guess.
Did you try to scare it? Because you did this like roar thing and didn't like really like let anybody else know.
It was more like a roar than a
So
roar.
I was right up there. It sounded like a roar.
And just like in the hand thing, just extend the claws, just like it wasn't a roar, it was like a roar.
Oh, I grabbed one of your arms. I was like, you really should go down to Sal's beauty shop over there on 18th Street because your nails look crappy.
Different sound.
Don't you like scratching posts or something on these things?
We should move from this spot because the Remoraz blood will melt this ice here. This is probably a giant crevasse.
Will become
There are
a
also
giant
things
crevasse.
that are attracted to heat. We should get out of it.
Mm-hmm. And this giant heat thing stopped moving, so
Oh, well, they're going to follow us anywhere we go because we're pure fire.
we got lit, and whatever the kids were saying.
Well, we ain't get lit yet. That's Volred's job.
Oh, I've already been lit.
See?
Can
Maybe the
I
cognac.
DM? Can I hack a Remoraz mandible without being subjected to liquid hot blood?
Hack, no, but
Snap,
finesse
crackle, pop,
it. You
lock and
could.
drop it.
His mandible
With a
don't
little
wiggle,
bit of
wiggle.
time, you could barber surgeon, a piece off.
You think we have enough time to do that, though?
Mm-mm.
Kamek, you need a little help?
Yeah, you just want to take the knife and I'll just
Oh,
hold.
no. You do that. That's on you. I'm just Baldur's Gate this bitch. Cover the cast.
Yeah.
That's on you.
You've been to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, there was a gate back there called Baldur's, and it was just Baldur's. And it said, put your hand here and cast guidance.
Just as quick as I can. Just try to cut a mandible off for Volred because we don't run into Remoraz very often. Because they're not all too common in material, and I figured he would want something cool.
Well, I mean, they're common enough way up north.
We're too far south.
Too far south. Too hot. Too hot.
Yeah. I mean, basically, like in terms of climate, like
I know we've ran into
Athoria
them before.
is like northern Florida.
Humid.
Ashgar, North Ashgar is not.
We got Georgia and North Ashgar. We already pointed that one out.
That's true. That's true.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna stand far away, because that's a heat. That is a heat sink. Is sinking and it's heat.
Yes, I'm trying very quickly. Just as quick as I can before the ice starts melting and it starts getting really wet.
Yeah. Let's just say roll me a dexterity.
Oh my god.
Guidance.
Guidance?
Oh, is that plus 1d4?
Yeah.
You rolled a 2.
Vored, you don't get a cool trophy.
You do. It's just you had to manhandle it, and so instead of a precision cut, there's pieces of like torn bone and sinew and stuff on it. It very much looks like you just Conan the Barbarian the trophy.
Do you want it now or do you want it cleaned?
Volred's not paying attention. He walked away.
Oh. In any case.
Yeah, he got bored.
No, he's fixing his monitor.
Yeah. I'll put it in my bag of holding. Hopefully.
Volred's
It's not
dark
dripping,
vision all of a sudden
is
went on
it?
the fritz. Dripping?
I think
It's not.
everybody has a bag of holding except for Volred at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just doesn't really ever use one because he just gives his shit to everyone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's not going to ever get one.
Look, why? I don't eat these things.
It's like that's what servants are for.
So wait, what was those things? They were called a moraz?
Ramoraz.
Moraz.
Yes.
And we just fucked them up.
Yeah.
It could have gone a very different direction.
Like what direction?
He's all being eaten.
Oh, that would have.
Well,
Direction.
I got to Azal before she really got eaten. It was good. We're good. We're
Yeah,
great.
Exactly. I'm just saying the worst case would have been engulfed whole and descended into the gullet of a fire-breathing monster.
And then we dive into the mullet of that thing. Was it a mullet or gullet? What'd you say? Anyway, we dive into that bitch and then we take her out.
I think the worst out would have been if like Caleb got swallowed. That would have been worse.
See, that's a little more accurate because that at least Azal could probably do some damage on the inside. Get him. Not to say that you're not effective because you caused that fly thing. You made me float in the air. And then what did you do after that? What did you do?
Pew pew.
They have eaten.
Oh, you did the little wither thing. You touched it, like you didn't even have to touch it. It was just like sucked the life out of it. That was kind of cool. But anyway,
Let's move.
wait, how long can I fly, kid?
Got about
An
another
hour.
9 minutes.
Another 9.
Yeah, only 10.
We can make good. We can make good time on this.
I think it's
It's 10.
It's a 10-minute.
All right. We'll just stay out here.
Yeah, I think I was thinking an actual flying creature.
Polymorph is an hour. Fly is 10 minutes.
How bad does this all look, though?
I'm
Or
good.
I'm at.
I'm rubbing some snow on me.
I'm pretty fine. I only
Yep.
took 10.
I took like 50. I'm good.
Which
Yeah.
is like 10 for coming. So it's great.
Y'all took damage.
Yeah, but I mean, like that fight was listed as a hard fight, which I mean, we all know at your level, like the challenge rating means pretty much nothing anyway.
It doesn't.
But
help when
that's
they're,
also,
like, 5 crits.
but that's also like when you guys don't get surprise attacked by them and swallowed at the start. Really kind
And
of
then
brings
take,
down
like,
the lethality.
10d8 bludgeoning.
And when you roll crits and have a Volred in your team, yeah.
And then Azal did a couple of crits in there too.
That's what I'm saying. When you do crits and you have Volred, because like Volred does stupid damage every fight he's in.
96 specifically, but
He
we'll just-
eliminates
No
one
one's
target entirely. Like this person no longer fighting.
I whack.
Hey, I got some good damage in on that,
No.
that one.
You know what the truth is? The truth is, Volred is actually an isekai character. He came from another world, and the god was just like, "Hey, I'm the goddess of archery. I'll help you out." He's like, "Oh, cool. How powerful am I?" Dragon dies. Huh. I have no reference as to whether or not that's powerful.
I do like the isekai. Let's make that canon.
You were born as an aristocrat. Pretty sure there's
That
already a
revert-
guy like reborn as an assassin.
Yeah, that's
Now I wonder if Athoria.
Yeah. Which is not a bad one. But
No, it's actually a really good one
so-
until the sound
There-
goes weird.
There is Esol.
Yes. So you guys head onward. And yeah, if you guys want to get back into your rank and file and give me another set of survival/perception checks.
Do you want to help me on my survival?
Sure. Get another 24. Daddy.
Anyone else want to do perception?
You did so good though.
It literally went from a 19 to a 3. So I'll take my
22.
the magical number, but it could have been a
That was
32.
second crit.
I guess I'll do perception. Hey, 18.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
about to
see, that's
start
what I'm
rolling
saying.
with
He's
the
all you're
physical
doing.
dice.
This is your favorite terrain.
That's what
Just
I'm saying.
saying,
The
it's your
Ramrad's
favorite
attacking
terrain.
me on my own home turf in the Feywild.
Yeah, you're starting to recognize now that it seems
Cold is
Arctic
cold.
in the Feywild. Yeah, cold is cold. Arctic in the Feywild, Arctic up in Mora Dune, same thing. Yeah. So you guys continue on for another couple hours as the sun kind of starts to set a little bit. You guys continue to press on instead of making camp because as for your understanding of the Frostwood, you should be coming out of it soon. And right about the time that you guys are like, yeah, we should really think about throwing up the dome, the trees, in that same weird sense, just kind of stop. And then you guys stare eastward on kind of this north face. You see this really large, like several 100-foot tall wall of ice that is part of a glacier. And then off to the east, you see an actual somewhat familiar sight of the shimmering expanse, just endless land of snow and craggy rock. According to your notes, the Frost Giant workshop should lay somewhere north of here, along this forest boundary where it meets the glacier. But we'll figure that out next time, as this is a good spot to close the book on chapter 114.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you fought Remoras and did very well.
A
lot of credits.
There was just one.
I'm so proud of Aaron Aranthier. Got some good crits.
That 2 crits is pretty impressive.
And I crit the Frost Hydra too. Like the first hit with Aranthier. Like, well, damn.
Well,
I thought
that
you said
happens
you were
when
proud
you're
of me and I
making
got
like
excited for a
1,000 attack rolls. Yeah, yeah. He's all was a jerk.
What did I do?
You're right. Alex was a jerk.
Yeah, he's always
Cry
a jerk.
myself to sleep now.
It was me.
Yeah. But so feel free to come back next week on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, and we'll open up chapter 115 and see what's going on. Jace, if I'm not mistaken, we have Adjacent with Jace this Thursday.
That's right. I don't know who the guest is because it's really based off who's available.
Well, I mean, it can't be me because I was like 3 out of the last 4.
But you're such a great guest.
Well, maybe. But someone else should do some shit.
Maybe
I'm just
shut
saying it. We all know that I can fill the hour.
I think it was Volred was scheduled before, but it all depends on his availability. As he checks his phone.
I'm looking at my calendar.
But there's a potential new thing coming up as we're planning on streaming Baldur's Gate. As we'll see how we work together as a team to.
I know we've already discussed that I'm probably
All
going to be the
fighters.
weakest link. All bards.
Oops, all bad.
That's what
100%.
actually
That would
destroy the game, baby.
Yeah, it's great until the end game, unless you
Every
like
perception
specify.
check.
Yeah, we should do like Ari's DM game and just try and min everything.
Isn't that like normal?
Well, that's how my characters typically end up, but that's not how other people try to build their characters.
So join us in the future for our streaming of Baldur's Gate as you just see how weird it is when Eric plays the character. And this Thursday for Adjacent with Jace with guest pending.
Yes,
Goodbye.
but go ahead and get your stuff together because it'll be fun.
Good night,
And
everyone. See you Thursday at 7. Nope, 8. I don't know what time it is. 8 o'clock
yes,
Thursday.
because your show starts later because you don't want to be
We're
on
adults.
at 7.
We're adults. Good night, everyone.
We're adults.